In this lesson, we're going to look at how to create new objects in your scene. So first of all, let's delete all these objects that's currently in the scene. To do that, just select them all. So you can drag a box to select them all. And then on the keyboard, press X and then just click delete. X is basically the shortcut to delete anything inside of Blender. So to create a primitive object, now a primitive can be anything from a sphere to a cube to a cone, things like that. So to create a primitive, press Shift or hold Shift on the keyboard and press A. And that's going to bring up the Add menu. So here you can see you've got different menus. You've got Mesh, Curve, Surface, Metaball, Text, Volume, Grease Pencil, etc. So we're going to look at the first one that says Mesh. So these are your mesh primitives. So I can say click on cube and that's going to create a cube for me. Let's delete the cube and I'm going to create something else. So Shift A on the keyboard, go to mesh and let's create a cylinder. So there you can see we've created a cylinder. I can zoom in closer so we can see it a little bit better. And once you've added a primitive, you'll see a little menu that pops up here in the bottom corner of the 3D viewport. Now if I click to expand this, this will give me all of the information or the parameters for this specific primitive. So here you can see we've got the vertices 32 and I can click and drag to make adjustments to the amount of vertices that I want. So I can create maybe like a 8-sided cylinder like that, or I can make something a bit more smoother if I increase that number. You can also adjust the radius here. So if I click and drag, you can adjust the radius. Another thing that you can do is you can hold Shift while dragging these numbers, and this will just move a little bit slower, so giving you a bit more accurate or more control to change some of these parameters. Next we have the depth. I can change the depth, which is basically the height of the cylinder. So just note that you have this side menu. Once you're happy with these parameters, I can simply click in the 3D viewport and it's going to save those settings into this primitive. Now I can't go back and change them, so be sure that you create or set those parameters correctly, and then once you click it, it's basically set like that. So I'm going to delete this one, so click on it, press X and click delete, and let's create a new primitive object. So press Shift A, mesh, and next let's do a UV sphere. Now this is basically just like a sphere object like that, and you'll also see this menu pop up. If you don't see it, it will be minimized, so just click on this little arrow to expand this, and here we'll get similar parameters. So I can increase or decrease the amount of segments. I can also increase or decrease the amount of rings, as you can see there, and also the radius. Remember, if you hold in Shift, it will give you a bit of a slower, more accurate control. Alright, let's delete that one. Let's see what else we can create. So we have things like a torus or a cone, icosphere, circle, cube, or plane. So let's click on plane and see how that works. So the plane is basically just a flat face like that, and I can increase the size here on this add plane menu. I can also type in a value. I can set this to maybe 10 meters, press enter, and that's going to give me a 10 meter by 10 meter plane. And you can also change things like the location, drag it around here, but I usually don't change this here because we can modify that, the position and the rotation and the scale, all of that later as well. So just know that you can set these parameters here, and then once you've clicked, that's going to be that's going to be saved into that object. So let's delete this one. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, you can also add lights. So if we go down on this add menu, go to light. Here you can choose between a point light, a sun, spotlight, and an area light. So let's create a point light. And there you can see we've created a light in the center of our scene. Let's delete that light. Let's see what else we can create. Maybe a spotlight. So there you can see we've created a spotlight. Let's delete the spotlight and let's see what else we can create. An area light. So let's click on area light, and there you can see we have an area light, which is basically like a plane, or it's like a plane with a light on the one side. So it will give you kind of the direction where it's pointing to, but don't worry too much about that for now. So let's delete that and let's see what else we can create. We can also create a camera. So if you press Shift A and go down to camera, I can click on that, and that's going to create a camera for us so that we can use this camera in our scene when we want to render, because every time you render something in Blender, you will need a camera in your scene so that that camera can actually render the scene. So basically it works like a normal film set. You need your objects, then you need your lights, and then you also need a camera to kind of see what you are filming. So just think of it that way. So I'm going to delete the camera by pressing X and then delete, and let's see what other objects we have. Shift A. You can also create some force fields, but we're not going to go into that for now. That's a bit more advanced for now. You can also create some text, and there you can see we've created some text. Yeah, so you can also change the radius of the text. So we're not going to go into details about using the text object for now, but just know that you can create some text objects as well. One thing to keep in mind is you'll see that there's a little crosshair right here in the center of your world, which is a little circle and a crosshair. Now that's the 3D cursor. Now we're going to look at the 3D cursor in a later lesson, but for now all you need to know is any new object you create, doesn't matter if it's a light or a camera or a mesh, that object will be created where the 3D object is in the scene. So if I click on cube, it's going to create a cube on that location where the 3D cursor is, because you can actually move the 3D cursor around. You can place it maybe there at the back, and then if you create a cube, that cube will be created wherever that 3D cursor is. But don't worry too much about the 3D cursor for now. There is a lesson that's dedicated to the 3D cursor later on in this course, so just know that the new objects will be created wherever that 3D cursor is. So let's delete that. Let's see what else there is. So Shift A, mesh, and let's create a monkey. So this is the Blender monkey. Its name is Suzanne, so now you know. And yeah, you can also set the size here on this little menu that pops up, and it's just a little nice little test object kind of thing that you can create and play around with inside of Blender. So that's basically how easy it is to create new objects, like primitive objects like your cubes, your planes, or a cylinder, etc. Or you can use the same shortcut Shift A to create a light or a camera in your scene. I will see you in the next lesson.